Hello, welcome to Tweed's Garage. In this video, we're doing a little Will It Run video. Yes, somebody kindly gave me a Honda generator that wasn't running. Yes, yeah, never look a gift horse in the mouth. And, you know, what's not to like? If we get it running, you can have a cup of tea in the middle of a field. I mean, what's not to like? So, come on in, come in, I'll get it up on the bench and we'll have a look, all right? So here it is, a Honda EG 220 generator. Was it 115, 220 volts capable, or 230 volts with the sort of 16 amp 3-pin plugs on the other side, the yellow one and the blue one. Yeah, it was sort of given to me, not running, but thought I'd give it a go. Thought it might be of interest out there because it's got this sort of standard overhead valve Honda engine. Although this is sort of set up for the generator, the top end of it is what's used on the Honda engines in go-karts and garden machinery and, you know, all things like that, whacker plates, you know, you name it, these little Honda engines are used on it. So thought you might be interested in seeing if we can get it running and just giving it a general service. So I haven't checked whether it's got spark. Yeah, the spark plug is out and it was sitting on a trailer out in some terrible rain, so there might be a little bit of water ingress in here, but we'll get some WD-40 in there just to sort of lubricate it, displace it a bit. So we'll have a look over it, see if we can get it to spark, see if we get it running, do a little service on it, do anything that needs doing, and yes, I'll take you around it, we'll have a little look. I've taken the cap off from the fuel cap. I'll take you in there and have a little look inside there. Not a lot of fuel in there and it's not too bad. I just need to drain that off. Unfortunately, on these Hondas, the fuel tap is sort of next to the carburetor. It's sort of part of the carburetor assembly. So there isn't actually a fuel tap on the tank. So you need to drain it down from here or drain the tank first. You know, because if you pull the fuel line off, it's all just going to fall on the floor. So we'll sort that out first. Put that on for now. It's a bit ponky in the workshop. I'll take the air filter off first. Looks okay, foam's breaking up a bit, but yeah, just blow that out, give the base a clean. Rest of it looks okay. Let's take that spark plug out of there, get some WD-40 in that cylinder. I think actually it's just a dust filter, it's all sort of falling apart. Yeah, well, I think we'll take that off and throw that away. That's going to cause more problems than cure, but we'll clean this up anyway. There you go, that's it, full service, £300 sir. Put WD-40 in there, see if it turns over. Yeah, turns over. Oh, recoil needs a bit of attention. Go on, in you go. Yeah, I think we'll look at that as well. Let's see if there's a compression. And yep, we got compression. So that's one of the things we need. Compression, fuel, ignition, and we should be about there. Right, that needs attention as well. But let's get this fuel drain down first. Everything so far appears to be 10 millimeters. Not too bad in the bottom of there. Okay, let's open the fuel tap. Okay, I think it's run out of fuel, we can safely say. So we might take the tank off and give that a sluice out as well. What we'll do is take the recoil off as well and give that a bit of a lubrication. There we go. And the air filter makes a handy little storage pot. Let's see if we can clean that, make that a bit smoother. There we go. Then we'll nut. Plastic thing. Don't know what the plastic thing does. Obviously does something. And that's your latch for latching. Why is that so tight? It's a little bit freer. Put it in the order it comes off. Spring. And that's what we didn't want to happen. Okay, I'll wind that up in a minute. I think it's just all the grease has gone dry in there. Yeah, maybe that's not the way to do it, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, all the grease is dry on the spring. That needs a good clean. So let's give it a clean and then try and reassemble it. Clean the grease off this. Brake clean on a rag. Spring has sprung. There you go, we just... Oh, that's AC F50. Not using that, it's too expensive. Just a bit of engine oil, I think, will do it. This could be fun. I'll get back to you. That's it. Right, this is plan B. Taking the pull cord off. Get in there. There we go. We'd probably advise wearing safety glasses when doing this. And then pop that on there, like so. Hook that on there like that. Yep. And next thing, pop that on there. Yeah, there we go. And then we just need to wind it. Right. Not sure how many turns to do this, but that's 1, 2, 3. Just need enough really to be able to pull the cord back in under its own power, but you need enough stretch for the cord to come out to its full length. So what do we do? 3. Let's try 4 turns. Get the string hole lined up. Stick a bit of water through that bit. Just twist it the other side, just keep it in place. There we go, that's that in place. And then we need to fish the string through. So I've got a cunning plan. So that's in line there. We can fish that out there. I'm hoping just to twist this bit of wire 90 degrees or a little bit more, make a hook, stick it in the end of the string and pull it through. That's the plan. Let's go fishing. There we go, look at that, perfect. Tie a knot in the end. Not bad. So we'll put another turn on and do it again. Also a little lug there, I don't know whether they use that for hooking the spring up. But the bit of wire works okay. Round 3. So a little fishy rod out. So it's just a bit of old armoured cable wire with a sharp edge to it, just bent round. Just hook it in the cord at the end, like hooking a worm, and then just keep it taut as you put it back in again. There we go, simple as that. I think a figure of 8 type of knot, keep it in place. Let's not do it up too tight though, just in case we've got to undo it again. And let it. Reckon that'll do the job. There you go, so that little finger knocks the pawl out to grab onto the engine, and then it folds back on the recoil. It's better than it was. I could put another turn on it, but I think that's all right. We won't overdo it. Anyway, so that's that back together. Let's carry on. Okay, let's get this carburettor off and just check the jets and things on it before we attempt to start it. So, 2 nuts and a bolt. Oh, and a breather hose. Just like that. And that's the air inlet removed. There's a gasket between the two. Take that off. Right, well the carb's loose now, so move it forwards a bit, gives us a bit more clearance. See the fuel hose coming down. Of course the spring clips where you can't get to it. There we go, fuel pipe off. Of course it's going to drip. See how these linkages spring off. I think we turn that all that way, that should come out. There we go, that's that one. And a fine pair of wire pliers. Just hook that hairspring off. Back there like that. There we go. And I think we're free. Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me we can't get it out. Well, dropping it out the frame. Does look that way. Who come up with that idea? Right, we're back. We found some 12mm bolts or nuts. These 4, and they're on the bottom of the engine down there. and on the other side, and then on the bottom of the generator end, that end, just unbolted them and then lifted them off their mountings. That gives me enough space to get the carburetor off. There we go. Okay, to the bench. I've given it a bit of a blow off and a bit of a clean. I've done this and drained the worst of the fuel off. There we go. And there was a bit of muck in the bottom, not too much though. But yeah, looks pretty good in there. Jets all look okay. We'll just double check to make sure. So remove the float pin, float and the needle. Needle looks good. Float looks okay. And then we've got a main jet. I don't think we have an idle jet on these engines because they just run full chat all the time. So probably just a main jet. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Got a sort of two-part assembly here. So you've got your emulsifier tube, and then you've got your main jet down the bottom. Let me get my peepers on them, see what they look like. All clear through there. Yeah, I don't think they're that complicated just because it's sort of flat out open all the time. There's only a choke on there and then fast idle. So pop that back together, pop that back on. Float assembly back. There we go, don't forget the gasket. Stick that back on. Not forgetting the throttle linkage. And that little spring, whatever it does. Fuel pipe wants to go back on, so we'll ease that back down there, stay there. Fuel pipe's back on, car's back at home. Throttle connected. Then the inlet back on, making sure the levers go back through it. The breather pipe. There we go. Two nuts on there. Okay, so we've got compression, fuel system is looks okay. So fuel, next thing we need to do is check spark. So I'll drain out the fuel tank. You don't need to see me doing that. I'll just get a turkey baster in there and suck out the last bit of fuel and put some fresh in. And then just hump the generator assembly back onto its anti-vibration mountings, but you don't need to see that. Just as a note, I'll take it all back. Mr. Honda did design this in our thought. I discovered there were some little bolts down here, and you take these 4 bolts off here, here, and over the other side, and look at that, it comes off, and you can get to the carburetor without having to heave it off the frame. So, those of you that were shouting at the screen earlier, you were right, it does come off. But it's actually nicely done, so it comes on and off really easy. There you go. Right, next thing, let's check it's got some oil before we attempt to try and start it. Yeah, it has oil. It's a reasonable colour. And check the level. I'm not sure whether this is... Honda are quite funny. Sometimes it's their oil levels are screwed all the way in, and sometimes they're just resting on the top. Yeah, what the idiot hasn't noticed, but you can plainly see, is the sticker that shows you how to check the oil level. Like this. There you go. Resting on the top, I'd say that was on the level. Screwed in, it's a bit over full. But if it does run and get it running, what we will do eventually is warm it all up and drop the oil out and give it some fresh oil. Right, let's see if we've got sparks. Clean the spark plug up and just wired it to a point on the engine, and we'll pull it over, see if it starts. Right, turn engine on, contact. Oh yeah, that looks all right. Great, so we've got compression, we've got fuel, we've got sparks, we've got oil. So I think we need to give it a go. Put some fresh fuel in, see what happens. Oh, I'll put the plug back in first. Right, put the plug back in. Now I've checked the gap, it should be between 0.7 and 0.8 of a millimetre. That's all okay. Tight, if there's a bit of crap in there, hang on a minute. Just wind this thread cleaner down there. There's a bit of a burr or something up the top. Can't really get a spanner on there, but I'll gently wind it backwards and forwards. Clean up the gunk out the thread. Yeah, don't want to wind a plug into there. There's not a lot in there. Probably just a couple of bits of grit just catching in the threads. That's better. Tweak that up and we're there. Go. Plug cap on. Pop the air filter back on. There we go. A bit of fresh fuel and then see if she goes. Right, let's pop some fuel in it. Right. This is this long life ethanol free fuel for you can use in mowers and motorcycles if they're left standing. Garden equipment that you use once a year. Won't go nuts with it just in case it doesn't work. That stuff fuel on. Squeak. Leave it for a bit to run it. Engine on. Oh, bleeding. Choke on. I think we need a bit of choke. That's it. No throttle. Make sure all that's off. I don't want that running at the moment. Okay, see what happens. Oh no, choke that way. Choke that way. CO2 alarm works. So there you go, that's the result. Honda generator running, starting nicely, generating electricity. Yeah, good result all round. Now the air filters are available, easily available, and about £6, something like that, from Mrs. E and Bay and places like that. So that's not a problem. Oil that it takes, I think I looked it up, 530 oil in it. I think I've got some straight 30. I mean, air-cooled engine, probably run on that as well. But anyway, we'll get the proper oil, do an oil change, but that's fairly simple. You can all work that out. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, give us a little like and subscribe to see more stuff like this, and motorcycles and cars and all that stuff. Yeah, all right then. See you later. Bye. Yeah, I think they're gone, Jenkins. Put the kettle on. Hello, welcome to Tweed's video. Hello. Oh, again. Hello, welcome. Oh, we've gone down an octave. Me, me, me. So there you go. That's the result. But was it any in? Hello, welcome to Tweed's.